Welcome to Flashreel number 2 of July 11th, 2014, where we discuss the most important video game news, rumors, events, and leaks of the past week. Airtight Games, the studio behind Dark Void, Quantum Conundrum, and the recently released Murdered Soul Suspect, has shut its doors with key individuals having left the studio in May and June. Employees, the founder Jim Deal, and Square Enix refused to go on record about the situation at Airtight. Airtight laid off 14 employees in May, and Quantum Conundrum lead designer and Portal co-creator Kim Swift left the company to work on Amazon's Fire TV. Deal attributed the actions to necessary restructuring at the time. Recently, GeekWire visited the company offices in Redmond, Washington to find their offices vacant and equipment being liquidated with a notice that the company had closed. It seems that Murdered Soul Suspect's limited commercial success and mediocre critical reception were the final nail in Airtight Games' coffin. An animated series based on the Mighty No. 9 Kickstarter project was announced at Anime Expo 2014 by Keiji Inafune. Concept's project lead and creator of Mega Man, Inafune, debuted a trailer for the show and was quick to note that all funds from the Mighty No. 9 Kickstarter would go towards the video game project and not towards the animated series. Digital Frontier, best known for animated movies like Appleseed, Summer Wars, and the infamous Tekken Blood Vengeance, is handling the animated series. Additionally to the newly announced animated series, a new round of funding has been started for Mighty No. 9 via PayPal. Inafune explained that anything collected in the new funding round will go towards new features and that it's meant to give those who missed the original Kickstarter a chance to contribute to the project. Later, a $100,000 stretch goal was added to the funding that promised English voice acting, which then quickly was expanded to $200,000 for both English and Japanese voice acting. Confusingly, at the same time, a new funding project for Japanese voice acting appeared on the Makuake funding platform, with the goal being 10 million yen, which equals roughly $100,000. It is unclear which portions of the funding Concept will use for English voice acting, or if the Makuake funds overlap with the $200,000 goal stated on the Concept's website. As it seems, Concept is trying to manufacture a cross-media franchise from nothing, without any of their products being available to the consumer, and Gather Your Party urges viewers to be cautious until further clarification from the creators. Moving on, the CD Projekt Group has published its 2013 financial report, and things are looking good for the Capital Group. According to the presentation, digital distribution revenue via GOG has increased almost 800%, which covered and surpassed the group's 200% loss in traditional distribution channels. The group also reduced its asset liability to zero in 2013, which means it is now free to invest into new projects again. The presentation teases mentions of entering new markets and a visible expansion of their CD Projekt Red studio, which recently opened up a new branch in Krakow. Adding to this, a massive recruitment drive for talent at Red, including project managers, it is safe to say that we might see something new very soon, perhaps even as soon as Gamescom. Gather Your Party has reached out for comment to CD Projekt Red, but has yet to receive a reply. Speaking of next month's Gamescom, a listing has been cited on the official website specifying Bethesda Softworks to showcase action-adventure and role-playing game content. This wouldn't normally be surprising, as Bethesda has always created this kind of content. However, the company now only manages two major IPs, Fallout and The Elder Scrolls, which alternate in the release cycle. As the last release was The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, Fallout should be next if the cycle is to repeat itself. It would be prudent to expect that if the showcase content was to be an expansion for The Elder Scrolls Online, the company representing it would be ZeniMax Online, and expansions to the now 3-year-old Skyrim are less than likely. Of course, all this is just wild speculation, and we will have to wait until Gamescom to solve this mystery. Interested attendees can visit the Bethesda booth at Hall 9.1, Stall A31 and B30, as well as Hall 4.1, Stall A51 and B50 on the 13th to 17th of August in Cologne, Germany. But before Gamescom, there is the EVO Championship Series this weekend. The Twitch stream schedule for the largest fighting game event of the year is now available, along with the tournament brackets for 3 days of top-tier battles. Super Smash Bros. Melee is also again joining EVO along the other 6 fighting games this year. On Friday we have the pools, quarterfinals, and semifinals for Ultra Street Fighter 4, but also pools for Super Smash Bros. Melee, pools for semifinals and Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and Injustice Gods Among Us. Saturday will feature pools, semifinals, and quarterfinals for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, quarterfinals and semifinals for Killer Instinct, Super Smash Bros. Melee, BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma, followed by finals for Injustice, King of Fighters 13, and this year's Super Turbo Championship. Starting at 10 a.m. on Sunday, final matches for the outstanding games will be played on Stage 1, punctuated by award ceremonies for the winners of the respective games. You can find the entire schedule linked in the description below. This is it for Flashreel this week. Subscribe to our channel for more news, reviews, and editorials, or follow us on Twitter to get the latest updates.
To have and to hold. Buy console war bonds. Support the troops of the PC gaming master race.